What's up, everyone? It is Joe from Team Dark Magic Attack. Today I wanted to show you my Shining Sarcophagus deck profile here. This deck just came out, Legacy of Destruction, so it's like a couple weeks old. I wanted to play this deck. I've been playing it on Nexus, and it's pretty nuts, to be honest. I got most of what I need. A couple cards are coming in the mail, but I played this just a little while ago with Seth, and it holds up pretty well. So there's a couple engines I'm running in here, which I'll explain why and how they work and whatnot. But I'm pretty sure most of you guys know some of these already. So starting off with monsters, we're doing 3 gadget trios. And these are your main starters for the deck. So when this card's normal, or when it's special summon, you can add Shining Sarcophagus or a card that mentions it to your hand. And then if this is destroyed by battle or card effect, you can add one of the Hidden Fortress. That's the new trap card to your hand, or you can set it. So you can only use them each effect once per turn. But like I said, this is your main searcher. You want to open up with this as best as you can. And maybe later, if I have enough time, I'll do a couple combos or whatever. So, next one is 2 Silent Magician Zeros. This is probably one of the best cards in the deck. So, Spellcaster level 4. So, whenever your opponent draws a card, you increase the level but for each card they draw, and then the difference times 500. So, basically, it gains 500. And this is any time they draw. So if they draw something off like Desires or whatever, and there's a card later that really helps out with it, which we'll get into. But it's amazing. And then it also has an effect that whenever your opponent activates a spell or effect while you control Shining Sarcophagus, it's a quick effect. You can negate the activation if you do increase this card's level by 1. So it basically gains 500 attack points. You negate, whatever they're using, Harpy's Feather Duster or whatever, and then you gain your 500. So, that's crazy. So then, we're playing 2 Silent Swordsmen. This one, it's every standby phase, so that's your standby phase and then your opponent's standby phase. It goes up 1 level, so once again, it's easy for this card to really bump up the attack points. But then it also has another effect, kind of like Magicians, but this one is whenever your opponent activates a card or an effect that targets Shining Sarcophagus or monsters that mention it, that you control, quick effect, you can negate the activation. If you do, increase its levels by 1. So basically, if they're targeting it to destroy it, or Shining Sarcophagus in general, you can negate that and then increase his level by 1. So, we are playing 2 Gandora G Dragon of Destruction. This is kind of like, I don't want to say boss monster, but it's kind of. And this is also like a good board wipe as well. It's a level 8 dark monster. So, this one gains 300 attack for each banished card. So, it has 2 effects. So, one, if you have a Shining Sarcophagus, you can special summon it. So, that's good right there. And then when it's on the field, you can pay half of your life points and you destroy as many cards on the field as possible. And then when you do that, you banish them. And then you can special summon 1 level 7 or lower monster that mentions Shining Sarcophagus from your deck and increase it by the number, or increase the level by the number of cards destroyed by this effect. So like what you want to do is, you blow up the board and say, you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and, they have like 5 or whatever cards. You banish them, and then you can special summon, one of the monsters, so Silent Swordsman or Magician, and then they'll come back into the game with, 2,000 more attack or whatever, because that's how many cards were banished, 4 or 5 or whatever. So, that's good. And this is like what I'm waiting on for when the Dark Magician comes out, because you can do that, and then you can special summon the Dark Magician, and then go into combos with that and get like Dragoon out pretty quick. But moving on, I'm playing 2 of the Marshmelon. That's kind of a tongue twister to say. I only want to play 1, but like I said, I didn't have all the cards I need just yet, so playing 2 for now. And it's a fairy, and then also while you control Shining Sarcophagus, this can't be destroyed by battle. So that's good, you know, and then your opponent can only target this for attack. So it's kind of like a Spirit Reaper kind of deal. So when you control Shining Sarcophagus, once per turn, on your opponent's turn, you can special summon this from your hand. And if this is destroyed by a card effect, you can special summon one more Marshmallow from your hand, deck, or graveyard, or banishment, except this card, and then do 1,000 damage. So basically, you know, you have one on the field, and then someone blows it up with, you know, a card effect of some sort, you know, punishment or whatever, and then you can just bring another one and burn for 1,000. So that's it for the Shining Sarcophagus engine. I'm running one Ecclesia, one Fleur. This is just the extra engine I'm running, just to give it a little more oomph. Dogmatica, and then of course like branded stuff, just works so well. You can throw it like in almost literally any deck, and it just synergizes well. But I'm also playing one Dark Magician, mainly just to get a Dragoon out quicker. I think ultimately, like, once the new support comes out, I might just drop, you know, Albaz and Dark Magician and try to go more of a Dark Magician route with the extra deck, like, because, like, you're actually running warriors and stuff, so, like, you can play Dark Cavalry and stuff like that. Like, I don't know. It's all on the fence. Like, I really don't want, because Dark Cavalry's not, like, super competitive or whatever, but, like, the options there to run it in the deck, so... But that's, you know, getting off track. So this is basically here just for branded fusion to send these two to get like Lubellion, and then you can get Dragoon out. So hand traps. I'm running 3D shifters. This is good if you open it up with it and you're going second, especially like with like Snake Eyes, and then Light Sworn. They just got support. I was playing against Seth. Was going second. He activated, I think it was Raiden or whatever to, you know, mill some, and I chained that, so, you know, things get banished. So this deck does pretty good under D-Shifter. And then I'm only running 3 Ash Blossoms. Just deck space is kind of tight. Like, if I really wanted to, I could take, like, the Dogmatica cards or Albaz and branded stuff or whatever, and add, like, Drolls, and I guess Effect Veilers are pretty big right now, But that's it for the monsters. And once again, like, I'm still working on the ratios and stuff. I'm not 110% sure what I'm running just yet until, you know, this deck's out for a while. And next set, whenever Dark Magician in there, coming out with the Dark Magic Mirror Force. So, and then that's kind of a neat card. Nothing crazy, but running 3 Shining Sarcophagus. This is kind of like the heart and soul of the deck. I think, personally, this should have just been like a field spell, but, I mean, it's whatever. It's a continuous spell. So this can be destroyed by monster effects, which is pretty good. You can use each effect once per turn, so during the main phase, you can add a card that mentions Shining Sarcophagus from deck to hand, except Shining Sarcophagus. And then if your opponent tries to special summon a monster or monsters from the graveyard, except during the damage step, you can discard 1 spell and then target one of the monsters and send it to the graveyard. So it doesn't even destroy or anything, it just sends, so that's great. Playing 3 Future Silence. This card's pretty nutty. So first of all, it's a quick play, so that's kind of important. So you activate it, add 1 monster I mentioned, Shining Sarcophagus, from your deck to your hand. Then if you activated this during the battle phase while you control Shining Sarcophagus and a monster that mentions it, each player draws until you have 6 cards in your hand. So like at first you're like, oh man, why are we giving, you know, card advantage to your opponent? But this is good because remember that your Silent Magician, whenever your opponent draws cards, this gains, you know, 500 for each draw. So, you know, if your opponent only has 3 cards in their hand, they draw 3 more, then you get that 1,500 attack, you know, just off of that. And it's good, you know, for the battle phase. So if someone's swinging at you for, you know, if they have like a 2,000 attack, 2,500 attack monster, and you already had this like on the field for a couple turns, and had, you know, he's up to 2,000 already, or even 1500. Activate it, make them draw 3, 4 cards, whatever. And then this will just, overpower the other monster and destroy your opponent's monster. So it's crazy. And then I'm playing 2-turn silence. This card's a quick play as well. So you target one monster you control, increase the level by 3. And then if you activate this in response to an opponent's monster's effect activation, while you control Shining Sarcophagus and a monster that mentions it, they get the effect. So that's good. And then also you can banish this card in your graveyard. Well, I guess I should say during damage calculation, if your monster that mentions Shining Sarcophagus battles, you can banish this card from the graveyard and end the battle phase. So, if you have Silent Magician on the field and, they have a bunch of monsters, you can just banish this and end the battle phase. So it's basically like a battle fader. And I guess going like 10 pies and stuff that's pretty good. Playing 2 ties that bind. This is like another good searcher. So if you control Shining Sarcophagus and a monster that mentions it, summon up to 2 level 4 or lower monsters with different names from the deck. Also for the rest of the turn, you can't special from the extra deck, but that's fine. This deck doesn't really use the extra deck per se. Ultimately, it, I guess, kind of won't. But this is good. You play this, and then you can basically summon your Silent Magician and your Silent Swordsman 0, like turn 1. So it's really nice to get, these 2 guys turn 1. So then the next, opponent's turn, whatever, they start drawing stuff and they start bumping up their levels. Playing 3 Nadir Servants. This is basically just, for the search for Ecclesia and Fleur. And I got a couple Nadir targets in the extra deck. And for now, this is, I'm only playing 1 branded fusion. I have 2 coming in the mail, and I might drop a couple, the Marshmallow, and maybe might drop an extra one of these or something for the branded fusions. Branded is just super consistent, and it's crazy whenever it works. So, playing 1 Stronghold, Hidden Fortress. So you activate this as an effect monster. It's still considered a trap, but it gains 1,000 for each Shining Sarcophagus and monster that mentions it. So that also includes itself. So if you have, your Swordsman and Magician and Shining Sarcophagus, he's, 4,000 attack and 2,000 defense. Let's return when an opponent's monster declares an attack while you control Shining Sarcophagus. Destroy that monster. I missed this effect when I was playing against Seth. I could have used this a couple times throughout the duel and didn't. So just forget about it. It's pretty nice. 1 Schism, basically just to get window out and window lock people. And then I'm playing just 3 Imperms, just pretty decent staple. Extra deck, like I said, not much of an extra deck, but I'm making it for branded. So playing 1 Dragoon, 1 Mirror Jade, 1 Albion, 1 Titaniclad, and then 1 Lubellion. So just your basic branded cards. Nothing super crazy yet. This one's easy to get Dragoon out. You play, branded fusion, get Albaz, Dark Magician, graveyard, activate again. You can send him back from graveyard to deck, and then, summon Dragoon if you want. Playing the El Shaddai, use Schism if he's in the graveyard. You can banish him, and then a Dark Monster, and then summon a Window, which Window you only can special summon 1 time on each turn. So it's just if you're going first, and you manage to get Window out whenever you have your board set up, that's great. It's amazing. Predaplant, Dragostapelia, Mud Dragon, and also Garura. Basically super poly targets. I'm planning on playing super poly on the side. I kind of have a half-ass built side deck, which I'll show you here. But also Garura to send off Nadir for a draw if I really need to draw 1. Speaking of Nadir, I got Intif. Send her, you can pop a card on the field, so that's good. Link monsters, Playing Lina and Dark, and then Celine, and then ultimately this is going to be an access code. I just have not switched out from my other deck yet, but this will be an access code. So basically what you do is you play Lina or Dark, and then steal one of their light or dark monsters, depending on what you summon, and then you'll, put it down here, and then you link off into Celine, and then you go into access code, basically. So that's it for the extra deck. Like I said, and I think, I have time to play around with it until the other support comes out. So, side deck, just for now, and this is just because, I'm still kind of working with it, so I don't know exactly how I want to do it just yet. Because I might switch some things out, but I don't know. So, for now, just 2 Pankratops. Just good removal, and it's a free special summon basically. Going second. I'm playing 2 Nibs, and then for spells, right now I have 2 Super Polys. I just bump it up to 3. I don't know yet. We'll see. We're out of frame here. Sorry guys. Not sure if I want to bump it up or not, but we'll see. I don't know if I want to put these in the main deck or not, but 2 Triple Tactics. I'm going to plan on putting another Lightning Storm. I just can't find my other one just yet, so for now, it's just 1. But I will ultimately play 2 Lightning Storms for going second, 2 Forbidden Droplets, 2 Cosmics, 1 Feather Duster, and then for right now, there can only be 1. I think this is good in the deck because you're running dragons, machines, spellcasters, fairies, warriors, so you're running a bunch of different types. So that could be good. Might try to main this if I can. But like I said, if I need to, I'll take this out to put another Lightning Storm. But other than that, that's the deck. Like I said, it's pretty fun to use. Combos, so I'll just kind of go into custom combos here. So what you want to do is when you open, you want to open him up. So he's your searcher. If you search, you open him up, play him. So you can also bait as well, because he searches. So and if you don't have a Shining Sarcophagus in your hand, that's even better. So you can do this to search, and then if your opponent's like, oh, I'm just gonna ash it, cool, play Shining Sarcophagus, whatever. There you go. But if not, you can search for Ties That Bind or your Future Silence or Turn Silence. So you can search any one of these. And then this lets you search basically any card. So what I like to do is play this, search this if I don't have it in my hand. If I do, I'll just search, just whatever spell I'm missing. So use this, search for Ties That Bind. So you play this, because, you have a Shining Sarcophagus and a monster that mentions it. And then you just go right into summoning these guys, and there you go. Now, once again, you can't summon from the extra deck whenever you use this effect. So that sucks, but, still, you're pretty well set up. So then your opponent goes, and then, they'll go standby phase, draw phase, whatever. They go by their effects activate. And then another thing is if you have, either one of these on the field, it doesn't matter which one you have on the field. But like I said earlier, if you have this one face down, and then you have your Future Silence, wherever it is, face down. These are great for battle. Put them face down. Your opponent attacks. Flip this over. They'll increase the level by how much they draw, and then you can do this and increase his level even more, or his. So that's even better. So, but yeah, not really many combos at the moment. I'll definitely update it whenever I get the new support whenever it comes out. So thank you for watching. Let me know if you're excited for this deck. I am super excited to take it to locals next week. Like I said, I've been test playing it on Nexus, and this card or this deck is nuts. But yeah, I'll let you know how well I do, and like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you think about the deck. If you like it, if you don't like it, what would you guys add in? What would you guys take out? And your overall feeling on this. So thanks for watching. I will catch you guys later, and bye.